know better. Can't even pretend like I don't want it again. On the brain all the time. Thinking about the things that we did. You did something. Cause shit like this don't happen too often. It's the way you put it down. I don't want no one else around. Got me taking a step on the wild side. Cutting all ties with them other guys. Where you look in my eyes. Helping me nice and slow. You made me wanna come through. Quarter after two. Just to put it down on you. You made me wanna replay all of the things that you and me went through. You made me wanna come through. Quarter after two. Just to put it down on you. You made me wanna replay all of the things that you and me went through. Look at what you made me wanna do. I drop all my niggas for you. Got my feelings running on the loop. This ain't what I'm really used to.
Before anything happens between us, be sure you 10 toes down before I pull out this card. And the only thing that's coming beside me at the situation is you waiting and get some more. I told you I'ma take your places. I seen it in your face, and I knew that you would say this. So how you wanna play this? Yeah, you got somebody. I've been in this predicament. Don't trip, creep discreet. That's just what we dealing with. Come through, corner after two.
Just to put it down on you. You made me wanna replay all of the things that you and me went through. You made me wanna come through. Quarter after two. Just to put it down on you. You made me wanna replay all of the things that you and me went through. Look at what you made me wanna do. I drop all my niggas for you. Got my feelings running on the loop. This ain't what I'm really used to.
Ain't what you used to, what you used to. New relationship with you, it's just what you do. Think about it, cut it out.
What it is, yo?
I was thinking so hard. I forgot we was. I'm listening to music at this point. That's really what I was doing. I'm so sorry. What?
No, I mean, you're fine, Brie.
Okay. Because I was really in.
She was zoned out. Like you were saying, like break it down, and I was like, she not like ready. I was trying to get you to tap her, but I wasn't gonna be like Brie. I'm like,
I was really thinking about my unpopular opinion.
Okay.
All right, let's start again.
I'm about to say, do you want to just run back
no,
like
I'm
20
just
seconds?
gonna cut to.
You
gonna cut to the song going off.
Okay.
Say no.
What it is, yo?
What's up?
You already know the motherfucking vibes. This is how we do it. Oh, we should have did this is how we do it.
It's her putting her own spin on
It was me making a remix.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Mhm.
How was your week?
I think it was okay because
Okay.
I don't remember too much of
Yeah,
it.
life
It was.
life really be life, and that's crazy.
It's
This was
been
a quick
gloomy
week. It
as
was a
hell
quick
this week. So it's like it's
Was
been
it?
kind of.
That's crazy.
It's like my week has been washed away. Honestly, I really feel like I was in recovery mode. I slept so much this week.
I'm
But
really
on the
trying to
late
think,
night,
like,
though.
Damn, yeah, I don't know what happened this week.
Yeah, because homework gets me distracted. Like, I work better at nighttime. I just do.
Did
So I do my homework at night typically because it allows me to not be distracted because everybody sleep, whatever, because I am easily distracted. But these past couple nights, I've been going to sleep at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I'll just be sitting on the couch after I'm doing like homework or something. And then I just be asleep during the day. And I'm like, you can't do that. You have a child.
I'm crying, yo. Well,
There's that.
how was your week?
My week was cool. I mean, it was like she said, it was a flash. Like I feel like we got here. I feel like we just was here and we back here again. And I'm happy for that. And this is kind of like the brighter part of my week instead of going to work and editing a lot. So yeah, I like creating the content. The editing part
nice.
is beneficial to know how to do, but I'm getting to the point like as I get higher and higher in it, I'm gonna end up passing the task off. but I want to be able to do it and fast as I possibly can. So if anything were to go awry, I could bang it out no problem. So I'm still working on that. About to switch software. That's stuff people don't want to hear. But yeah, I am working. That's
Great.
Yeah, I feel like my week was, I don't remember. So
I'm glad we're all here. So was there a glitch in the universe?
probably,
Go ahead.
yo, it be her like aha moments every time. I fucking love it. So yeah, we're just gonna give this week a big A plus because if I don't remember it, then well, was it
that means
bad?
nothing bad happened.
Nope. As soon as I said that, I remembered, but it's
Oh.
fine.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you took on a task this week and was determined to get it finished.
Oh yeah, doing the bathroom. It's not done yet though, but it's like
I
It's
just
like
remember something.
80%
I just
done.
remember 2 more things. So see, yeah. So we revitalizing each other's energy.
Yeah.
Cause you remembering shit and I'm remembering shit.
yeah. So yeah, the shit that I remembered wasn't worth talking about. So whatever. Either way.
I know. Well, I did work on my business heavy this week. I think that's another reason why I've been tired. And a little sneak preview.
All right, when?
I said
Right
a little
now.
sneak preview.
I know, yo, but I literally, when you ordered that fucking case, I was like,
No, that's not what that was for.
No.
The idea came after.
but I thought that then when you was like, oh, like I might as well do this, I was like, she about to do that, and that would be lovely for her because look, she literally always wears them, so like that would just make
Yeah.
fucking sense.
All 20 of my samples came today. I got unisex too because
Big purr.
y'all be wearing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wears mine, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I say unisex. This was the first pair I decided to pull out the box, so I like them.
Oh.
I watched the Loki series. So, all right. Y'all know that when I be thinking about shit,
Nerd activated. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Y'all know when I think about shit, when I watch any type of movie, I think of it with a spiritual mind rather than a carnal mind. Most people watch movies because they just watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know I'm a church kid. I be looking at stuff from different aspects. So I watched the Loki series. And when I tell you, I was literally up. That was one of the nights I didn't go to bed until 3 o'clock in the morning because I literally was up just thinking about everything. How, they talk about a sacred timeline. They talk about the timekeepers and how people, it just showed me how people can be so devout to something and not even know what they're being devout to, but they have such a devoutness, even if it is damaging.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even just talking about religion. Like, that can go for anything. When certain people have their mindset on certain things, they will literally go against what they feel
just to
try to prove a point that they were actually right. So at some point, it's not even about if something is real or not, what you're fighting for if it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Now it comes to the point where it's either I'm right or wrong, and I can't be wrong.
Yeah.
So I got to prove
Something
myself
be right.
right.
Yep.
So, like,
Yeah.
watching it and even, like, breaking down timelines and things, I joke all the time because during the weeks, I'll be having moments where certain things happen or I'll hear certain things, and I'll be like, it was just a glitch in the system. Because it be dead serious things that I know for a
sure.
fact this should not have happened, but it'll happen. And I just be like, I don't. Like losing my blow dryer. I literally have been looking for my blow dryer for even my glasses. Y'all want to? No, I don't care what none of y'all say.
All right.
So hold
There
on.
was a glitch.
Okay.
So Bree from another dimension took your glasses.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, so you say you're watching Loki talking about timelines.
It was a.
So alternate timeline. If we're applying that logic to the situation, then the alternate timeline Bree, y'all glitched and she grabbed your glasses, and then y'all glitched again and she put them back.
No, see, the problem was the glitch happened when we were sleeping, so I don't even know what happened because Brianna, remember putting those glasses on the bathroom sink. Nobody's going to tell me that I did not put them on the bathroom sink because I was so convinced that they were on the bathroom sink. I
mean,
looked
you
in
were
the couch
also
and everything. I don't know.
intoxicated.
No. Mm-mm.
Wait, this is my signal to cut this out. When you said you wanted to get like a board thing, why not just actually put the list of topics on the monitor and have it displayed instead of writing it down?
I thought about it, but I kind of liked it. Like I want that for other stuff too, because for other people, that's my timer to get the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm saying you have two
Wait,
monitors.
what?
That monitor, I'm saying, my other monitor, I'll have to put it on the TV.
What's the timer to get people
I mean,
out?
either way though. I'm
Like,
saying
that'd
that
be on
all,
this
all
one?
three of these
No, it'd be on
devices
that
are still
monitor.
options. Is what
So
I'm
that
saying.
monitor will play a ticker like you're in a regular studio. The timer goes, and once your section is done,
Yeah, but all
So I
three
put
of
a
these
big
devices
timer
are
up.
still like options. That's I just made me think of it like because I was sitting here looking directly at it, and I was like, well, why wouldn't we just use like what's here? But all right, cut back in.
Yeah, but I also watched it very vividly and realized the moment in Loki when I think. All right, so no, listen, because I was trying to say it the right way. There was a point in Loki when so before she killed the timekeeper, he basically like turned around and looked and he was like, basically like, it's happening, like it's happening. So me and Marcus was like, dang, all right, so what's actually happening? Like it was a bunch of timelines being broken off. So is this where all the Kangs can go and do their respective shit in the timelines, or was that the moment where Kang actually escaped the quantum realm? And
oh, go ahead. Oh,
no,
it's an
yeah,
I
that was
thought-
that was one of those like rhetorical type ands.
Oh, I did not know and was rhetorical.
No,
But-
that's the only word I could think of at the moment. You know what I meant though. That's all that matters. You know exactly what I meant.
I got you.
That's crazy. Don't try to play.
I wasn't even yo. Hey yo, but in that it was kind of more the first thing. So him keeping the sacred timeline kept the Kangs out. So once they killed them and it ended it, they all were let into the timeline. That's how you get to things happening now with Kang. So seeing them more, seeing them more around.
I'm about to go home and watch it again.
Yeah, I mean it's a great show. Season 2 about to come out, so I'm glad you watched it. It had a good part about like what like y'all play like with like what's it y'all? I think y'all got man name right? Man names for each other. I'm thinking about another.
What?
No, that's somebody. That's another group of girls that got like.
I do, yeah.
A boy. All right, maybe it's your
I think
other
you
group
heard
of
me
girls.
say it
did
because
say-
I do.
Wait,
one.
yeah, because we was talking about that like a long time ago. That's crazy though. That you remember it.
But yo, so like in that show, Loki has a variant that's a girl, Sylvie. So like if your variant, if you had
I
a
kept calling that
variant
girl
male,
Sophie.
describe your variant male because Loki and Sylvie were completely different because of how they came to be. Like Sylvie was on the run her whole life because she was a variant of the sacred timeline Loki, which was the main Loki from the show. And her being a variant made her be chased by the timekeepers the whole time. So she didn't really get a childhood and she grew up with Thor, so she don't have that hate. Her powers are different. So how do y'all feel like with give something that is tell me the male version of you out there in the universe. How is it? How are they? And what's their name?
I don't have a name per se. But
You don't. Wow. Out of all names, the 500 people in your brain, you don't got.
yeah, they're all the people, and it's 7 of us, and we are all women, and we present like women. Sorry.
I'm just saying, like, I would think you come up with names on the fly all the time.
Yes, but
I'm
I'm saying like I don't have a name for who he would be, but I know exactly who and how he would be, down to the way he dresses, down to the way he carries himself, down to his mannerisms. Like I know all of that. He just is nameless.
Okay, so tell me, would he have grown up like you?
Oh no, yes, but no.
So you think as a male version, you would make the same decisions you made?
Well, yes.
Okay.
I would have absolutely made the same decisions. I just think that the outcomes would have been a lot different.
I don't. That's interesting.
I mean, yeah, there are things that women do or girls do that the outcome would be different than boys. Like that's a thing.
That was about to be such a major part in what I was about to say. Mine.
Yeah, like So I definitely would have still at the core been who I am because, like, I mean, my testosterone levels ain't high for nothing. Clearly, maybe I was supposed to be a man. Who fucking knows?
Hey yo.
You know.
Wow. Wow.
I'm crying. We know what it is that we get into every episode. We don't skip a chance to say it. You need to hear it. We need to feel it. The vibes is vibing. Let's get into it. Go ahead and drop us a purple heart in the comments if you are feeling fine and divine.
Remix.
Go ahead and give us a red heart in the comments if you are feeling loved and in love.
In love.
Go ahead and give us a blue heart in the comments if you got an icebox where your heart used to be. Last but certainly not least, go ahead and drop us a black heart in the comments. If you need some love, you need a hug, you need a prayer, somebody needs to call 911. Help us help yourselves. We is your hood therapist here to help you, fool.
And it's just like that.
No, seriously, somebody really need to hire me for their fucking radio show because, like, the characters,
Or we could
the
just shoot one.
charactering.
You gonna wake up for radio show times? We can
No,
shoot.
fuck that.
Hey, yo.
She
said,
it's
"Give
gonna
me
be
a nighttime
under
prime
yeah,
time."
It's gonna be under my circumstances, like not radio, like 6 8. Radio happens all day. First of all, like give me like the night, like
Really
the
does.
dinner time drawing. Like I could do that, you know. Even lunch, I could do lunchtime, but like breakfast. 6 a.m. Oh, please, fuck you.
Hey, yo,
No.
imagine playing party music at 6 o'clock in the morning. Go to sleep. What
Imagine
are you doing?
getting this energy at 6 o'clock in the
That's
morning.
crazy.
Some people need that.
I know, but that's,
That's great.
insane.
They
Some
won't get
people
it from
watching
me.
this in the morning to get that energy
And I
from
Yo,
love
you.
let-
that though. I love
Yo,
that.
let me turn on my shit at 6 a.m. and I hear, I'm
it's
like,
Turn it right back off. Because men don't got time for that. You know,
Depending on the day, but if it's like you about to catch that
there's
flight,
never a day I want that at 6 a.m. Like not once, like ever.
not.
No.
Not
I'm
it.
so sorry.
I'ma
I
watch.
just don't want it.
Catching a flight. Now, I will drink at the airport
Yeah, for sure.
at 6 a.m.
But I don't need to like
But I don't need turn up music.
But yeah, like I can just drink. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling yellow.
That's crazy. Because that ain't on the list.
what's
What
yellow,
the yellow
stand for?
You want to be
Yellow
so bad.
stands for bubbly. I just feel tired too.
Clearly. Didn't
I
get
feel,
that.
You
at
know how
all.
somebody's so like tired that they loopy and they
Mhm.
lit?
Mhm.
I'm that.
Mm.
I mean, I'm lit too. But so this is gonna be quite a ride. This episode.
Mm.
I was about to say this season.
I'm
about
crying.
to fuck y'all real quick. Like there's seasons.
But if you really want to ride, make sure you tune into
Wow.
our straight shot, no chaser tier because, baby, the drinks are flowing, the games are going, and if you haven't seen it yet, you're late. Tune
Shot
in.
o'clock. Not joke.
Per. What color are you?
I'm feeling ocean green.
Ocean green.
Yeah, I'm excited for what's. Yeah, ocean green. I'm feeling real wavy.
That's crazy.
That
Because
was-
what ocean you be in that's green?
Uh,
I like my oceans blue.
I'm
I
talking
mean,
about just
Miami
the
water
color.
is kind of like a.
I don't really get in Miami water.
I was talking about just the color. Just the color. Like that's like bluish green.
Yeah, I
But
know
it has like
definitely
a
some,
certain tint. I'm just saying.
It's like
you know,
aquamarine.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm about to say aquamarine is like a.
you know, feeling wavy, feeling good, feeling high spirits, like just different pod schedule today. So seeing how we like it, just different energy. I'm feeling it. I'm just in that mode. I'm in a creative bag, I can say, I guess. But
That's
yeah.
Okay.
great.
I love that for you.
It was a piece and
I wanted to go.
Oh, that just made me think of. Oh my gosh, I hate when I think of all these songs after the fact. Like that just made me think of Soulja with Lil Wayne and Destiny's Child and all that. That
I'm
was
so
my
happy
fucking
that you
shit.
thought about it now.
Crying anyway.
Not then.
I am feeling purple as always, giving fine and divine because that's what the goddess does. Okay, and I just want to give a brief description. Because I'm always feeling fine and divine does not by any necessary chance mean that life does not happen to me because life be fucking lifing, okay? But the way I moralize things and the way I like just handle things is a little different. So it's just like if something happens and it's like I think about it two ways. Either I can control it or I can't. But both scenarios is not about to get me irate or get me in a certain emotional standpoint because I'm either going to be able to do something about it or I'm not.
Right.
And both things are definite. So the fuck we gonna keep partying like it's 1999? Like I don't fucking know, you know. So yeah, I'm always feeling fine and divine because I'ma handle them problems as they come at me. Life be like, but I be like, back, you know.
Thank you for the sound effects.
Yeah.
Because I really think we needed it
Yeah.
to visualize.
To understand for real how it be. Because life be like dog. It's like you in a
I
fucking
know.
boxing match.
Oh, I know.
Boom, 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 boom. It's like, whoa,
And
hold
it's
on.
like,
Wasn't ready yet. But who's waiting for you to get ready? Nobody, right? That's why you got to stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Go off, Wallow.
Hey, yo. He said that shit so casually, too.
That's a
That was a
real
good one.
shit.
That was a good one, Jay. That was a good one.
In other news, we have decided to start our amazing segment because we feel like we need to bring you some vibes that you weren't getting on any other outlets. Because let's be real, most of y'all don't watch the fucking news, and most of y'all is me too, because neither do I. Because fuck them news, this ain't shit but propaganda and shit they want you to hear. So we gonna bring you the real shit, okay? And that is our wind down, rundown segment. Per Miss Bree, what you got to say to the folks?
Well, folks, on today's Wisdom Wind Down News recap, Jerry Springer dead. Who's going to carry television now? Emmett Till's...
Do I have a all?
She said, who's going to carry television now? Oh my, I love black people, yo, because they was in them comments acting fucking crazy, yo.
I'm being serious, though.
I know you being serious. Sorry, go ahead. All right.
I don't.
Wait, because what was the last one? It was
You said Emmett Till.
What was the one right after that?
Oh,
But give a little feeling about it. Like, don't just
All right, no, I
Jerry
am.
Springer
I
died.
just had to say
yeah,
it
we could
so
do
that
like a little 1 minute
Short,
talk about
back and forth.
what Jerry was. Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
You say something, Sis says something, and introduce the next
Oh,
topic.
Black Mirror. Okay. All right.
That was so sad. I'm sorry. I thought I was just gonna pick back up from when you said Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Okay.
We about to tell them how sad we are.
Yeah. I feel like that was so sad. Like, I remember, I don't know if you like watched daytime television coming up like that, but I used to watch Jerry Springer. And like,
I was about to cue us back in. Are we on the same page?
that was me doing it.
So Bree wanted her.
Okay.
So Bree wanted her
'Cause
to
she's-
say her piece, and then you say your piece.
Oh, well, no,
No,
she
I was
said
about to
Emmett Till
actually.
after, and I was
about
going to let it be
just
cut.
start it from the beginning.
Oh, all right, go. Oh,
Because I
Oh.
just wanted.
Oh,
all right,
shit.
that's
We'll be
fine.
more cohesive.
Okay,
Go
that's
ahead, run
fine.
it back, run it.
That's fine. It'll be just a whole.
How
cutout
did
thing.
I
That's fine.
start it off? Okay. And on today's Wisdom Wind Down news, Jerry Springer dead. Who's going to carry television now? How do you feel about that?
I mean, honestly, it was really crazy because it's a weird feeling. Like you know, death is a thing. You know, it's inevitable, but it's kind of like people that you grew up on, or like certain things that you've seen all the time, or even people just in the media. I think sometimes people think they're invincible, like they're never going to die. But the simple fact that celebrities and like people that we've seen growing up on TV are literally dropping like flies at an alarming rate right now, it's insane. I know for me personally, like I grew up watching fucking Jerry Springer. I had no fucking business watching that show, by the way. Jerry Springer and Jenny Jones was my top two, okay? For sure, Dad. Loved them both. Damn, I wonder where Jenny Jones is now.
Hey.
But he was like a staple for me, like coming. I'm like, all right, boom, I gotta watch it. I gotta see what's happening. And did he exploit some black people, you know? Maybe.
Did they exploit themselves by filling out an application?
Not necessarily, because
Well.
my thing is that's now. Somebody offers you an amount of money that you actually need for something, and all you have to do is make an appearance on a television show. Technically, no, that's not exploiting yourself,
Do those
because
be
you
real
don't think.
cases all the time?
Yes,
That's
majority of the time. Like even, I actually just seen this lady. I don't want to misquote. I don't want to say her name, so I won't say it. But it was a lady on there. She was like, this is very sad. R.I.P. to him. Even though he exploited me in my situation. She was like a young pregnant teen, and she was supposed to get. He said that she was supposed to get like $200 or something just for like coming on the show and telling her story and stuff like that. But she ended up coming on the show, and it was like an ambush situation, and he ended up only paying her $100, and then he ended up like having them locked in the studio while he left, so nobody could say something to him. Yeah, it was like a crazy, like that was allegedly, obviously, that's what she said. I mean, she does seem to have some things to back that up, but that's what she had said. So yeah, anyway.
Well, Jerry. Well, Queen Elizabeth, I said hello.
Fucking cry it.
Well, that story I would have to be verified, but Jerry Springer died.
Well, when you say allegedly, that's the verification that you need when we on these platforms.
Jerry Springer. I know, but Bree went right to Queen Elizabeth.
That was
She said, "Pack him
I'm
up." You was about to
playing
smoke Jerry
devil's
Springer pack.
advocate. I'm just, I'm not for no side. I'm for all sides.
That made some good ass TV though. Exploitation or not, it was some good ass TV.
Yeah, I remember watching that with my great grandma while eating Chico sticks.
He tragically died from pancreatic cancer. All right, continue.
It was cancer. That's crazy.
Pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next in news, this is a biggie, folks. Some will be cheering, little will be sad. But Emmett Till's killer is finally dead.
And you know what though?
But she didn't get the justice she deserved. She was only stuck in her house
With her family surrounding her.
with protesters outside screaming her name. But she should have never lied on that black boy and had his body smelling like that through the streets. That was her fault.
You know what though? My thing is, I'm never a person to like quote unquote like celebrate someone's death.
Mm-hmm.
But if
She was old. She lived a long life.
But and that's to my point. Like if I was to be celebrating her death, it wouldn't be that one because if you ask me, she lived too fucking long.
She literally lived a nice long
If
life.
you ask me, she should have been out of here. Fuck is you talking about? Y'all know what Shorty did. Get her the fuck up out of here. Y'all give anybody else the chair. If you want to do it off the record, you know how to make some shit shake if you need to. Everybody got access to some shit that they need access to, especially somebody that's the man. Listen, yeah, that part.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
I say you don't got nothing to say on that one.
I kind of feel like you kind of wrapped it up.
She died.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Emmett Till.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
that's it.
jeez Louise. Child, almost
is it.
lost my marbles. But yeah, no, honestly, although it's unfortunate that somebody dies every day though, so that's always going to be unfortunate. I just feel like she didn't serve justice. Death is always going to be easy. The easy way out in comparison to actually facing what you actually did. But at the end of the day, I feel like she's going to have to meet her maker and she is going to have to answer to somebody.
Yeah.
So that is not for me to decide. So, whatever. So next in news. Drum roll, please. Black Mirror is returning for season 6. Are you ready to be mind fucked?
Wow.
Because literally, that's exactly what it
Literally.
is. I fucking
If you do not
love
watch Black Mirror, what
So
the hell
good.
are you doing? Go to
That's
your.
almost like not watching Wisdom Wind Down.
What
The
I
fuck?
need you to do is I need you to go to Netflix and I need you to start at season 1.
No, really.
But for some weird reason, your seasons is going to be a little mashed up when you go back to look because they play episodes backwards. Or was that just when I did it?
No. So the way the seasons actually run, which is why I love that, I kind of compare it to American Horror Story in a sense, but how the seasons have nothing to do with each other. Most of the times, the episodes have nothing to do with each other.
Oh yeah, literally.
So it doesn't really matter where you start at.
Well, the only
but
episode that has something to do with all of them is the museum.
Well, yeah, I was about to say it contingent upon what actual season you're in.
Yeah.
But like the first and second season, I feel like it doesn't necessarily matter where you start at. Like you could literally
It
start
bounces around for you. Netflix will bounce. Like, so if you start at episode 1 and you watch the next episode after that, don't be surprised if you're on episode like 3 or something, or like 2 again, or 5 again. Because it's like when I first started watching Black Mirror, I was confused because I was like, why am I on episodes 8?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I only watched like 3 episodes. It's because like it was going backwards and I did not know. And I was just like, even though they're not in the same, obviously they don't have,
there is no like real sequential order
There's
for them
no
because
order.
they don't have much to do with each other. Do you remember the seasons? Like, what was your favorite season? Or what was your favorite episode? Because I feel like seasons is crazy. What was your favorite like episode or favorite like top 3 episodes?
all right. I was about to say Archangel. I don't really know if I want to make that a favorite season. So, okay, Bear. That was one of my favorite episodes. Was it Bear? When the person kept waking up, reliving the same day. And running?
My goodness, that shit was crazy.
That was one of my favorite episodes. Also,
Yeah.
my favorite episode was the military episode.
That was your favorite episode? That shit was fucking insane.
That was one of my favorite ones. That was weird because it fucked me up a little bit.
Okay, I'm about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
PTSD, hello?
Yeah,
Like, the
I
fuck?
know, but I'm saying, I didn't like that episode because I just felt like that was repetition. Yeah. Hold on. I'm combing through them. The social media one for some strange reason.
I felt like that was in there somewhere for you because
it's strange. It was so strange because it was so cringy. I like the actress also though. Like I actually genuinely like her as an actress. She played in like Jurassic World too. Like
okay.
I like her. But no, it actually made you realize the shit that you're watching every single day when you watch people on social media be like, oh, I bet you I can't get 50 likes on this. And it's just like that episode literally will make you despise social media a little bit.
Child. I got a movie
person.
a documentary rather that'll make you despise social media.
Really? It's like it's pointless. But one thing Black Mirror going to do is going to bring to light some shit.
For sure. And I actually love even like, and that just may be me, but like I love that it's called Black Mirror because the way I took that, it was just like obviously a mirror is something that's reflective, so you see yourself, but with a black mirror, you see everything else but who you actually are. So like that's where it was like the way the show was structured, it was just like, yo, this is insane. Like for me, I feel like was it top 3? Could it be 3?
I was going to put Strike and Viper, but I just felt like
I don't know if I remember like what happened in the episode. I don't think I remember the titles of the show.
Strike and Viper is the video game episode.
Oh, that
gets an honorable mention.
Yes, because I actually hated that season, but that one because I just felt like that season was
that Miley
insane.
Cyrus one just was stupid. I didn't see the point of that.
Well, okay, yeah.
I guess I gotta watch it again because
No, it was crazy, but yeah. For me, I feel like the episode of my favorite. I'll go for my top favorite one was I don't remember what the title was, but where the girl she was traveling through timelines and she found this other girl that she was like literally in love with, but the one girl she was not into relationships, and they met like at the club one time, and they literally went through transitions together until she literally died. And it was crazy. That was my favorite fucking episode.
Was that the same one? Okay.
It was the white girl and the black girl.
Yeah. Okay, so I was literally thinking that in my head,
that was
and you
my
just said it.
That was an assimilation,
But
right?
no, it was a simulation.
Yeah,
It wasn't. Yeah, because I was just like she was trying to decide whether she wanted to basically die, or just die within the simulation.
Yeah, that was my fucking favorite episode.
Yeah, that was a good one. Dang, I forgot about that one.
Episode.
All right, I'm bumping that shit out.
Of all time, that was my favorite episode.
That was a good one.
Another
so
favorite, not for anything other than just interest, was when the woman's husband died and she got to build a husband in and she made him in the bathtub. That shit
I'm glad you said all the ones that I thought about and then say.
That shit was fucking crazy. Yeah, so that's definitely up there. And then I think a third one for me would be the episode that was like semi based around like the election time. That shit was and I not
That was a good show.
Not like favorite in the sense of like I liked what happened, but favorite in the sense of like I don't think I touched my phone the whole time that episode was on. And you know me, I'm always like, oh, I gotta check this, I gotta do this while I'm because I can watch TV and do that. But like my phone was literally like this the whole time. And I was just like,
that's one thing I can say about Black Mirror is anytime I watch it, my phone is literally I don't even touch it because you have to pay attention.
Honorable mention. This actually comes before the election one, actually. So the honorable mention is the election one. The memory where they pop the chip in to watch their memories on TV. That one.
I know what you're talking about. Why can't I visualize the episode?
I'm gonna give you what's gonna make you remember. She found out that he was cheating on her by the memory. It was like the little chip that you could pop in the TVs and watch the memories. And she found out that her boyfriend, was they married? I think it was her boyfriend at the time. But she found out her boyfriend was cheating on her through the memory thing. That shit was fucking crazy.
I know what you're talking about.
My favorite one would be the one that got me started watching because I caught on to it late. The social media episode where your social media status literally had to go with your life. Mm-hmm. And that play on reality and that kind of how where we are today. And going towards a digital currency, going towards that could be a possibility depending on just who runs the world at a time. Mm-hmm. And then my second runner-up would just be the episode with Miley Cyrus was a good premise.
Yeah, that's how I was like.
It was a great joint. She got to show off her acting chops. Molly did a great
We
job.
didn't know she
Wait,
could act.
Molly been an actor? What? Hannah Montana?
Hannah Montana.
I told you I was up at 3
Yes,
o'clock watching the Hannah
it was
Montana
singing,
movie.
but she was playing 2 different versions of herself, like 3 different versions at a point. She was AI version, the real version, the version in the toy. It was a.
But Hannah Montana is a playing two
I
different
understand
people
that
too.
Hannah Montana is Disney Channel. I'm talking about like Black Mirror acting.
You
where
never
no,
watched
I-
Hannah Montana.
Yeah, that's
watched
what.
Hannah
But no, that's what
Montana.
I'm getting at though.
I watched Hannah Montana, but I'm saying like first of all, Raven is 10 times higher than her. Second,
But Raven didn't play two different people.
but I'm saying as far as Raven's acting ability at that age, Hannah Montana for me was like.
I can't say I can agree with you
A show
comparing.
could tell, like you,
No,
like
no.
it was a play on kids. It was a play on your mind. You knew, like anybody could tell that was Hannah Montana to me. And this, I forgot she was Miley Cyrus. That's all.
Okay, so yeah, no, I'm only gonna say I'm not gonna compare Raven and Miley simply because I feel like we didn't really get the just of Raven Simone until Cheetah Girls, because even in her younger years of like television, we got the child her. But in Cheetah Girls, we got the adult Raven Simone for real. And I feel like Miley Cyrus, yeah, you got it in Hannah Montana, but in the Hannah Montana movie, that girl was acting.
I'm about to say, I feel like actually, if I don't feel like they're even a comparison because, and
Two
this
different genres.
this may even be considered an unpopular opinion, but like Hannah Montana really that girl. Like, please don't play on sis. Please don't play on sis. Like Miley Cyrus, sorry, not Hannah Montana. Because first of all, her fucking dad is Billy Ray Cyrus.
Her
Let's start
godmom
there.
is
Her
Dolly
fucking
Parton.
Godmom is Dolly Parton, and her mom ain't on bullshit neither. Like outside of that, and I'm saying this to say, like Miley Cyrus is not a stranger to the industry. She's not a stranger to being herself and not giving a fuck about what the whole fucking world thinks about her at a young age. Raven, on the other hand, has done several interviews of her. I think a lot of people's outrage when it comes to Raven is the fact that she's being herself now because she was always so sheltered and so I don't want to be myself because I am scared to what the people
And look at her,
will
happily
think
married
about.
and nice and gay
Yes,
and nice
but
and
even
healthy looking.
in several interviews, she said like this is something that she always knew about herself since she was a child. She knew that she liked women, but she never felt comfortable enough to say that to her family, to her friends, to people on the outside looking in because she felt like she would be ridiculed. As to where like Miley, after she was done her little Hannah shit, she like, I'm turning the fuck up.
I'm
and I don't give
wrecking
a fuck
ball.
who
Twerk,
you
what?
you think about who I am. This woman is so fucking talented and it's just like crazy
Vocals
as fuck.
is definitely on a big.
Vocally, instrumentally, acting, like please don't play with fucking Miley. And that's all I got to
Ooh,
say.
I did want to give. All right, let me give an official honorable mention. No, because I did mention. No, it's not an honorable
Oh
mention.
wait, one quick Miley Cyrus fact. Tell me another movie she was in, TV show. Tell me give me another acting credit.
I can't think of one.
Okay, that's all. Continue.
That wasn't my point though. But I mean,
nobody
like,
was talking about her as a
oh no,
fucking
I literally said like
astounding
Raven.
actress.
No, we know that Raymond is. No, I'm not saying no. We're talking about what
I'm
she
talking
did.
about her being multifaceted.
Yeah, even
I'm
when
not
she
saying
did
just-
act, she literally bodied it. It wasn't like one of those Kim Kardashian or Beyonce type things where it's like, we got to give her another chance. But no.
I was saying, when I said it, I said, yo, she showed off her acting chops in there, and y'all said Hannah Montana, and I was like, that's not a
We
comparison.
only say Hannah Montana because that's
Her
the
depth.
actual act of her portraying two different people because you mentioned her playing several different roles. So I said Hannah Montana because she played Miley and Hannah
But
in Hannah
Miley and
Montana.
Hannah were very like it was a Disney Channel show, so she didn't. It wasn't really. I'm saying in Black Mirror, she sold it. That's all I was saying. I was
No, that's
giving
why I
props on
said the
Black Mirror.
movie because I
And
feel like in the
yeah.
movie
Oh, well,
you
yeah.
get more in depth of literally
You get
two
more Miley, for
completely
sure.
different people.
But I don't
Yeah, with the
disagree.
ranch, but I just think Black Mirror was I think she needs more opportunities from that.
Yeah.
she's had a very radical career in music and in her approach to the industry. But I think she kind of had a Johnny Depp thing going for her for me, where she can be that wow factor, but bring a lot to a role. Like I'm excited to see her. Like I think she was in
definitely
that.
fluid.
She wasn't in that movie. I'm thinking about the other little girl. Never mind. I thought she was in that new Charlie's Angels, but it's not her. That's the one. No. So, but yeah, Miley, doing your thing. Hopefully, you get more opportunities to shine.
Yeah, I think her anxiety plays a lot of factors into why she didn't. But just a brief, I wanted to break down because I noticed something that we talk about on here. The Archangel episode.
Mhm.
That was the episode where the mom censored everything that her daughter watched, and it became a problem. And I really feel like
You can't do that.
I'm thinking about it in today's world. I'm like, yo, her mom literally censored everything she watched, anything that would scare her. So when she walked past a dog barking, it would mute the barking and it would pixelate the
Yeah.
dog. So when her daughter finally
That's
found
crazy as
out
shit,
and she
though.
undid it, she was afraid of everything.
Every single
She didn't
thing.
even see herself kill her mom because she was so overwhelmed that it just was like, like you literally are creating
A monster. Literally.
emotionally insensitive person because everything's going to
Emotionally
be
unstable.
yeah,
because
everything's
you're
going to be a
not-
trigger.
And that's the thing. Like, people don't understand
Sheltering.
how important all emotions actually
Yeah.
are. So it's like, for me, I'm like really big on, even with myself, but when it comes to my child, I'm really big on letting people feel their entire emotion. Like, I'm not the person that's like, oh, if you're sad, like, hey, well, don't be sad because this, that, and third. Like, no, as a human being, you are supposed to feel sad sometimes. Like, that's the thing. The same way you feel happy is the same way you're supposed to feel sad.
Right.
It's the same way you're supposed to experience anger. It's the same way you're supposed to experience confusion. Like, all of these things, they develop and they build your character. In a
Right.
sense. So it's like, if you lack that, your character is lacking a whole lot of things. So when you come in contact with these things that you were so sheltered from, you're like, you don't fucking know how to handle this because at this big age now, you have so much years of just like not having it that you don't know how to fucking handle it.
Right.
So like, that's insane to me. And you are literally creating a fucking monster with that.
I do take pride in the fact that I've made my relationship with my child comfortable enough to where she'll tell me her emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she says, Mommy, I'm sad. And I'm like, well, okay, why are you sad? But that's the norm for us now. So I like to think that more people should be open to just listening. It don't hurt to listen,
It
yo.
don't. It
Even if
don't.
you don't agree with a person, just listen.
Yeah. You might learn you something new, baby. Speaking of learning something new, though, okay, I got a question. Would you stay? This is for everybody in the room, obviously. Would you stay if your partner literally gave you everything you wanted and needed, but they wanted to see and be with other people?
Okay.
We stumped her.
I'm
We
gonna-
got him. I know.
I'm going to say yes, but I'm going to say yes for different reasons. I'm going to say yes because if everything that I want is that's being given to me, what I want is to not come second to nobody. And I don't want to say I want you at my beck and call, but I want you to be available to me. Like, I want you to be available to me because if I need you or if I want you or whatever I'm doing, if it involves you, you need to be present. If you can abide by all of those things,
Why not? Okay.
but that's also my business too, because the world wouldn't even know.
There's
I
that.
could fucking around that right now. Y'all would never know. I'm just saying to the world though.
I know.
Y'all would know.
How about you?
I could not because I've been in similar scenarios and it's not something that's just for me. Like I not that I have an ownership of my partner, but the way I bond, the way I go with someone, I don't really want to even have to have that in my brain because the way my mind work. So the way I play out scenarios, I'm always thinking I'm last, and it's gonna put me in the odds to not want to be there. Like, I don't care how much you tell me you love me. I've been there where it's, oh, yeah, it's all this. But then it's still like things can happen, things can arise, and I don't live in a perfect world. And I just know I can't be one of them people.
What's the question again?
Could you stay with your partner if they gave you everything, but they just wanted to see other people?
Okay. I had to think about it again.
I mean, you already answered it, so that clearly you thought enough about it.
Yeah, I'm saying I had to think about it again because I was like, did I hear her right? I heard you right. Not my partner now, though. If I was single. Like, if I was still out here in this world.
No, we're talking about your current situation.
He can barely deal with me. How he's gonna
That's
deal
not
with
the
somebody
question.
else?
The question is about you, not him. The question is about you, not him.
You said
Like,
he
all
can't.
right, so are we talking about like a whole relationship? Like basically an open relationship? Like when I
Whatever
had
he
that,
sees fit.
They
be
do
with
whatever they
somebody
want with them other
Yes.
people. It's
It's
his
whatever
shit.
he decides he wants to do with them.
He
other people.
provides everything for you to be
You
able to
get
do whatever
everything
you
you want,
want.
but he gets to choose how he wants to be with and see other people.
I.e., a lot
all
of
right, so I'm
successful
only
rap
all right. So I think I'm gonna
relationships-
change it to no, only because everything that I actually said, like I asked for, I feel like that would be virtually impossible because like I need you at my beck and call.
Fucking friend.
Hold on,
But I
before you
did
go,
say
had
that.
thing to add.
But as I'm really thinking about it, I'm just like, I really don't think I would because I need you at my beck and call. And if you're doing something that I'm not gonna say you're not supposed to be doing, because obviously I let you do it.
Yeah, I super had you at no. So all that shit you said before was cute. But
Hey,
Yeah,
only because like I
had
know
to
you
really
and I
think
know how
about
you
it.
are. So it's just like you
know
super
why
not
sometimes
doing
when,
that shit.
sometimes when we like have these questions, I be thinking of it either in my past life or my now
that's why
life.
I was like, let me be specific. We're talking about
So,
currently in this
yeah, 'cause-
today's time, like today.
There are a lot of times I answer with two different
Yeah, with a
I-
different mindset.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, with my right now, no, he's kind of in jail right now.
Mm. All right, well.
Not literally. Y'all know I have a way with my words.
Hey,
Stop fucking
I
looking at
got
me
you.
like
That's a crazy. That's just a crazy word. But I was going to add, and
It means we
even
locked
like
in.
when
Like-
we talk about like getting it.
No, because Blueface said that shit. Where he was like, it was an interview. When the guy was like, so do you think Krishan is like your soulmate? He was like, no, that's my cellmate. We locked up. You didn't see it. You had to be there. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, I like even like when we talked about like getting a girlfriend in that experience, it was kind of more of us giving our love together in that situation as a unit, not me loving another individual. Like that's something that
okay,
I
yeah.
would do together with my partner as an experience to see how it would even be. But I couldn't give my partner to do her whim while I'm at home.
What you doing, babe? About to go on a date with Jeffrey. Don't worry, I'll be back later.
I'm crying.
Jeffrey.
It would be like Joanna. It wouldn't be
well,
Jeffrey.
in your case, yeah.
Yeah. He found with it though.
Oh, you know the
So-
girls going out to happy hour, child.
For me,
That's how the world works.
I'm cracking
I'm
up.
fucking crying.
Just like y'all only did it 4 times.
Yo, any fucking way, yo, he irked
What?
me so bad. Like, anyway,
Yo, what you said earlier was so fit. Like, what you think we was over here being fucking?
yo, cause like, what?
I play into the joke.
No, and
I
it's
think funny
fine
that
because
way.
I think it's actually hilarious because
Yeah.
you are absurd.
I'm absurd. It just be when I catch y'all. When I catch y'all in a moment where y'all not expecting that joke from me, and it be like, I be like, what? We're not even. What are you talking about?
Well, mission accomplished because you get us every fucking time.
it works great.
Anyway,
Because on the flip side of that, that means if be a time when I should get y'all that, y'all be worse off, and be like, oh, you caught us.
psych.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway,
I could never, huh?
I mean, you would have to have something to catch now, wouldn't you?
Mm.
Psh. Anyway, for me, in this current situation, I am going to have to say, contrary to popular belief,
Woo! She about to give us a no, y'all.
contrary to popular belief,
Come on, just let it out.
I am going to say no.
Woo! Can we
Only-
get an applause?
Only because. Yes, you felt me. Only because I've been in polyamorous relationships before, and I can't. There is no possible way you can dictate what somebody can and can't do with their partner that you allow them to. So, in a perfect world, yes, I would more than welcome him seeing whoever he wants to see, doing whatever he wants to do, as long as he's still the person he needs to be for me. Is that realistic? No. So that's why I say no, because I know it's not realistic to say, well, yes, you can go do what you want, but when I need you, I need you. When I want you, I want you. Fuck that bitch. Like, that's not realistic, yo. Like, unless she a throwaway, that's not realistic. So if you want to get a throwaway, for sure, we could do that. But like a whole nother, like, no, I'm going to be real with that and say no. And that's only with him. Because with anybody else, it would be completely different. But
let me reiterate to the masses my first answer when I said old me. Because yes, I would allow that, but I would very much allow that shit in secret because I was already doing that shit in public. So,
and that's where the whole situation actually stemmed from, where it was a conversation basically saying like, hey, basically you share your man whether you know it or not because they be cheating. So would you willingly do it if
I was very much sharing that, man.
You know?
I had the Facebook tag post to prove it, and my stupid ass was still going back. You know why? Because I love
You know what?
man.
I had that happen to me one time before where it was this girl, literally she found me, like this was MySpace days. I'm talking MySpace. She found my page and she was like, hey girl, how you doing? I really love your hair. And we was talking or whatever. And then she was like, oh, I want you to come look at my page real quick. No, but she did it. She
bitch,
set
why
it
would
up
you
like
invite
that
me
on
there?
No, but she did it on purpose. She was like, "Oh, because if you think y'all in a relationship, y'all not, because we are." It's like type time.
Oh wait, that shit happened to me
Yeah.
twice.
So it's just like
She came to you as a woman, but snuck.
Yeah, like you sneakfully came to me as a woman. That was super weird. It was just like.
She
should
said
check my
she seems like
page
she's gonna
out.
block me from the rip.
I was
so.
like, why am I checking her page out? Let's see.
But yeah, and I went to, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's up? Because I immediately just thought it was some weird shit. So, and I was right. It was some weird shit. And I was just like, baby, if that's what it is, if that's what you want in your life, I wash my hands. You got it, okay?
I be looking at my track record.
Because what the fuck? I'm not like, that's weird as shit.
It
like,
really is. I've been
super
down
weird.
bad.
And the thing was, like, we wasn't even actually together at that point. Like,
Stop laughing at me.
Bree, you laughing at? I can't help it
Because
when
I'm
you
being,
look at me and say I
I'm
was
thinking,
down
I'm
bad.
like, dang, because like if I'm looking at like, I used to be down bad, yo. Let me tell y'all. Since we on the topic.
yes, please.
Because the first time, this man, it happened 3 times. Was that a pattern? Do men just not? What the hell? All right, let's just rewind. There's a girl, her name is Alyssa, right? I can't remember her last name, but I'm heavy like poetry bull. She had a poem called That Girl. That was my poem because that literally was my life. So first man, my ex, I was literally dealing with that man from 7th grade up until I was about 21. I love that man. You couldn't tell me nothing about that man. I called him so many times. I'm cracking up. Being vindictive, and it's just like the last time though. Well, it wasn't the last time because I clearly took him back after that. It was prom season. I called this man. I was in 11th grade because I really needed him. Called him. This man did not answer the phone. Going off. I get on Facebook that Sunday. Prom pictures tagged. I see him and this girl, the blue one. She's sitting on his lap. Second time this shit happened. I was dealing with this dude, and I was dealing with him for a little minute. I'm always giving timing. That's what be making me mad. So, but this time, we found out that he had a girlfriend. I was the side bitch, but I wasn't because. Listen, I'm about to tell you because originally I wasn't the side bitch because he was talking to me because they was broken up. But he got back with her, so I started being the side bitch. But the bad thing about it is, I was doing it to this man, and I was like, I love this man a little bit, but like now I look at him and I'm like, ugh. But my best friend came to his girl as a woman for me, but I didn't ask her to. She's just messy, so I love you, best friend. She hopped in that girl DMs like, so that's your nigga? Oh, can't be because she's definitely that happened to me. Then the third time that shit happened to me was some dude that I was dealing with. Damn, I'm always loving people. I loved him too. But me and her was never really official, but it was weird. We had a very weird relationship. We spent a lot of time together. This bitch told me he was not ready for a relationship. Mm-hmm. He was like, yeah, like I'm focusing on on football, and I'm focusing on this. And I was like, you know what? Cool, that's fine. I was like, we can just do what we're doing. Like, we're young, we're getting to know each other, we like each other, we're here. This nigga pops up in a relationship with this girl. What happened to you not wanting to be in a relationship?
That's crazy.
No, it's not that they don't want to be in a relationship. They just don't want to be in a relationship with you. And for the longest, I thought something was wrong with me, but it was everything that was right with me. Why they didn't want to actually be with me? It's because it was certain things that I just wouldn't tolerate, even though I tolerated a lot. There were just certain limits that they knew they couldn't take with me, and then also it was a factor of getting what they wanted. And they weren't going to get certain things with me simply because of who I was. So for so many years in my like younger teenage to like younger adult years, I thought that I was the problem. Like I thought that I was unlovable. Like I'm the girl that everybody want to fuck, but nobody want to be with. I literally had that mentality, but it was never me.
It was never you. It was always them.
Never me because I was the good girl. Like I really was the one that stayed out of the way. I didn't bring a lot of drama. I didn't bring a bunch of bullshit. When I was there, I was there. Like you didn't have to worry about me doing a bunch of other bullshit. But it was just the fact that people just wasn't ready for me. I wasn't ready for me.
Oh, snaps. That's crazy you did all that because I'm super going to cut this shit out and make that a story time. Love that for you. So you don't have to do a story time.
Yeah.
That's perfect. But I think that question was a really great segue into the next topic, which is people feeling as though they are literally not ready to leave until it hurts enough for them to leave a situation. And I kind of want to even take it a step further and expound on that topic where it's like, have you ever, and make it a question, have you ever been in a situation where it's like something that continuously happened to you that you allowed to continuously happen until the point where it hurt so bad that you was just like, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this no more because I refuse to fucking feel this way.
Yep. Full transparency.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to my ex. So we, like I said, we was dealing with each other from the time I was in 7th grade until the time I was 22. That was literally the day I stopped talking to him, December 17th, 2015. So he hurt me a lot throughout the years, but I loved him because it's just like I just felt like he gave me that emotional support that I wanted, but not really. It was a delusion.
Okay.
It was a delusion. So on my birthday, 2015, he was at my birthday party that Cash and my old best friend threw for me. Didn't know because I was there with my girlfriend, so it was weird.
Hey, yo.
So, dang, that's crazy what I'm about to say then.
Like, hey, yo.
So it was too many people in that room that had feelings and I had feelings for. Then I needed to count. Well, too many. Too many. So she left. And then, well, good, because that bitch made me cry 2 weeks later. But listen, so my best friend and stuff was there. I looked cute, obviously. He was there with his friends. He was like drinking. We was all vibing or whatever. We went to my old best friend's house because like me and her tried to rekindle this relationship like a lot. It just didn't happen. It just wasn't happening. But we ended up going to her house, and like as I'm in the bed, like just chilling, it was a knock on the door, and it was him. And I'm like, whoa. She told him to come over. So me and him in there just talking or whatever. She ended up telling him, full transparency, I was actually pregnant by him. I got rid of that baby as soon as I found out because I knew, in the back of my mind, I knew the type of life that I would be subject to if I had his child. Not saying he would be a horrible dad because I think he would be an amazing dad.
Just the
but
life
to
you
me,
would live.
I don't think that I would get the love that I wanted, especially when it came to how I envisioned my child, my man, and me. Like how I envisioned that was not what I envisioned. And I know. So my best friend told him that I was pregnant. Well, my old best friend. And she told him what happened. I got rid of it. So he ended up bringing me in the room.
I'd have beat the shit out of her. That was not her place.
Listen, and the way that I love
I'd have dragged that bitch on the cement.
I was so drunk.
Wow.
And when he said it to me, he was like, so you was carrying my baby? And I was just like, so literally, we in the room talking or whatever. We started doing it. You know what this man said to me? He said, you try to have another one.
I about to say, he said, I'm going to get you pregnant again.
After that shit happened and everything was done with, I literally, in my mind, it was like a factory reset. that was the last time.
Well, yeah, after that, the fuck.
Because I felt like all my pain kind of balled up in a ball and was released whenever whatever that shit was released, because all the hurt came back, because it's like you asking me this question, but you don't even realize that that's something that haunted me after the fact, because I didn't want it. My mom didn't want me to do it. Like, it was something that hurt me so much to do it, because I've always wanted to be a mom. If I didn't want nothing else, I wanted to be a mom. And if nothing else, I wanted to be with that man. I love that man. So I literally was destroyed.
You had an internal sense that was like,
So I had two things in me that was telling me not to do it. So when that moment happened and he said that to me in the middle of having sex, it was almost like it hurt so bad, but I couldn't feel it, because I don't think he realized everything that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the next morning, he tried to do it to me again or whatever. And I just got up and got in the shower. And I just was looking at him like, yeah, this never happening again. And it never happened again. And we kind of like had our bouts like a couple years later, which was a couple years ago, where he hit me up about something. And me being extra. And
Yep.
Because y'all told me I was being extra. But I don't care.
Yep. Let me ask my husband.
But knowing everything was I really being extra?
I mean,
I still was being extra.
Yes, absolutely, you were.
Oh, you know too?
Yeah, you told the story while I was present before.
I don't think so.
I don't think I did. I don't think I told that story.
You have.
What was it?
Hold on. That whole shit just left my brain, what we just was talking about. You're talking about your ex who you were in love with, who...
This don't got nothing to do with...
I'm trying to remember. Can you just speak me? What was it?
No, it was about him having a clothing line.
Yeah, I heard that story.
What was the story?
So what was the story?
That you told him I got to check on my husband first.
All right.
I was being so extra, y'all.
Yeah.
You was.
But
Being
in my
super
defense,
extra.
I just felt like that was like you don't have access to me no more. Even though clearly I got my own money. But he's always had access to me.
But you know how you literally could have just not responded.
I know, but I needed him to know that I said that.
And that didn't mean he didn't have access. That just means that your husband has that. Like, if he was like... If he was like some niggas I know, that would have just been like, and he had it, it would have been like, oh, you guys, your husband. It'd have been a kind of back and forth. Oh.
He did. That's what it was. Because he was like, oh, you got to ask your husband, what, you don't got your own money? And I'm like, I do, but I just want to make
but you see how
mad.
you set yourself up for failure?
Right. But in that, some niggas I know would have been like, here, say he just cash apps you.
To buy your own shit?
Yeah, that's crazy. If anything, he should have gave it to her for free.
No, to get off the fact that, oh, you ain't got your own money here. Put something in your pocket so you can buy what you want to buy.
Yo, that's...
And then left you on red from there.
That's insane.
You would have kept the bread. And
see,
then
and
whenever,
that's the type of shit that I went through back in the day, because I went through that shit.
And then when I catch your ass in person, that's all you gonna be like, damn.
Yeah, what's up?
That is very...
You still ain't got your own bread?
I am not even going to deny that would have gotten me.
Yeah.
You all right?
That's
Next time we saw
shit
you.
that I like. That's the weird shit that that's a prop. See, obviously my track record.
That's the kind of game where you gotta keep cash on you, so when you bump into you can be like, yo, hey, pull out the knot, take a couple out. Yo, man. So I'm always make sure you good.
And that's
then,
super crazy.
Boom.
Because if you're not pulling out enough for a down payment on the house, baby, keep that shit pushing. I holla at you.
I love how extreme you are.
Very
and I'm not
extreme,
even.
I can make my own money.
No.
No.
I don't think you realize what I mean when I say I love how extreme she is, because we will be going through a regular, just anything, and the thing that comes out of her mouth is just so far left field. Not saying that it would never happen.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's left field to somebody who don't think that way though. I'm like,
but it's not a problem. But it.
Oh, I know it ain't a problem.
Keeps me going, because when I tell you, sin is always going to have that extra.
For sure, that. Because don't try to. Because my thing is this: if you're trying to flex, you gotta flex. Don't try to
She
flex
said a
and
down
give me
payment for a house.
$500. Like,
Is it
okay,
gonna be the 3%?
that's
Is it
cute.
5,000?
No, it's actually 20%. Fuck the 3. Give me 20%.
Give me that FHA.
What the fuck is you talking about? Yeah. Don't try to flex on some. Oh yeah, here's some pocket change. $500. Like, do you know what my bill? Baby, put a couple extra zeros
Pocket
behind
change.
it.
Do you know how fast I can spend that at Target?
Do you know how fast I can spend that on Amazon?
That'd be
500.
Amazon.
500? Like, no. Fuck that. Excuse me. Do you know how much I can spend that in the fucking hair store? Let's be real. Yeah, no. If you want to flex, I need you to flex.
You know
Don't
how much
do
I can
that.
spend that on a bill?
And it's like, all right, this
That's
was
literally
cute,
one of
but
my
what you want to
bills.
wire me the rest? Because the amount that I want, you can't send me on Cash App. Like, I need you to wire it. So what are you talking about? Nothing? Oh, all right, I holla at you. Fuck is you talking about? Next.
And I like, I mean, I like that her answers are like that because, like, for me, as somebody who's been around, a couple dollars, like that is a good place to be for me because I didn't see chicks fall for a few dollars. So it'll be a
$40.
situation where
This coochie ain't worth a few dollars. I tell you that.
it'll be a situation where, and I think that's part of my part as a
Leave it to
man
them.
too, to like elevate that. Like there's not a number Beyonce can hear, and that's kind of how I want all the money, but I want all the money in the righteous way. So whatever that number is, like I said, even though a B sound nice and with inflation is not the same as it used to be, but I used to have a bill and it's like some shit I really didn't care to achieve because that means I had to do some things that was inhumane to me. Like this card, like I've been in corporate world and I'm not that I'd hate it, but I don't want to shit on people who love it too much. As far as like, yo, to do this, you kind of got rid of a whole wing of people, like the whole company gone, because you had to flip 200 million into 600 million to then take that to flip it to this when I'm making my cap 800 million and that's cool. I'm not burning a whole bridge, a whole individual. Like I don't have that flamboyant lifestyle for me to that extent. 800 million is a lot of fucking money, but to live the life I want to live, it's a great number. Besides people who just want like Jeff Bezos, you just want the highest number ever to have the highest number. Yeah. If I could fix fucking world hunger, I'm fixing it. I'm that nigga. Like, yo. It's 1 billion people in the world. If you give them a billion is enough to fuck. If you got 80 billion, you can give everybody $1 million.
Honestly, even when it comes to your own city, the average like them niggas that be out here talking about they got money because like for real we talking about like even saw it like the people that she associate herself with, her friends and stuff. Y'all can literally eradicate the hunger in Philadelphia.
Ciao.
Doing certain things. Not saying that the kids don't deserve laptops. Not saying, and honestly, and I'm also not even telling you that you have to do it because, yet again, these are other grown people. Yes, circumstances happen. Everybody has a life. Everybody has a choice. You absolutely are not inclined to do that. But I'm saying if you actually want to make an actual like impact, really, really look at what's bringing the quote unquote value down, and see how you could. I'm not calling homeless people.
No, it's not you. I just saw the funny answer.
I would say that I think there's a lot of resources that are actually present that a lot of people just don't utilize, and some people actually just don't know that exists. But the same way you get up in the morning and you could research whatever it is that you want to look up, you can have. We all have access to the same internet, right? So my thing is, I think we talked about this before, where I kind of have this really big issue with coddling people because if there's something you want to do, you can do it. And like regardless of wherever you're at, there are always resources that are available to get you to wherever it is you want to go. And let's just call it spade a spade. You're not doing it because you simply don't want to do it bad enough. And that's just how I feel about it. Like, there are several different resources that are actually provided by the city alone. Then you take the resources that are provided by people within the city that do these things. And I do feel like outside of Saw, the way that I feel about certain things that she does personally, the things that she does for the community is completely unmatched. There's nobody else that's out here, and I'm talking about this community. There's nobody else out here like in Philadelphia that has her like stature and the platform that she has that does as much as she does, whether it comes to prom, whether it comes to holidays, whether it comes to just in general, hey, yo, I'm giving this away. All you gotta do is show up. All you gotta do is come to this location. I gave you the location, and people got 11 questions. Oh, well, do I gotta do this? Oh, well, can you extend it to this? Oh, well, can you save this? Oh, well, can you do that?
This is one of the only people in Philly that's really doing shit for y'all.
Some shit for free. I gave you the exact location to where the fuck I'm about to be. The only thing you gotta do is get the fuck up and come get it. That's it. That's all I'm asking. If you can't do it, send a fucking representative. That's the fucking problem. All like the shit is just so I can't do it because I can't do it. No, if you really wanted it bad enough, you would have made that shit happen, whether it was you or somebody you sent in place of you.
And I hate the people who always got something to say, but even if they was in the position,
you wouldn't have never did that shit.
They would have never did that shit. But they be the ones complaining when she don't accommodate them.
Yeah, like, because I'm not here to accommodate you. I've literally stepped out of my comfort zone doing the things that I'm doing for it, no matter how much shit y'all talk. Because let's be real, people talk shit about so crazy, and it's that's a thing. But my thing is this.
Her food isn't even bad, yo. I had her food, and
not taste, but like not taste, but like
I had
that's
brunch
too
from
much
there.
sugar for anything.
Oh, I had her shrimp and grits, and when I tell you like the ratio of like grits to like shrimp seasoning, it balanced very well and it was really good. And my mom clearly like high blood pressure, so she really can't do too much salt. And my mom actually really liked it. And the fried fish and stuff, we went for brunch. But my cousin had got them Asian breast bites, and he said them joints was really, really good. So I'm like, I guess it is subjective. Everybody is not.
And it's not
Everybody
all
is
the
not
food
100% in every
but all the
area.
food not cooked by her too. So
That
there's
also,
that
so
too.
yeah, so you can
It's
tell
her recipe.
You can tell when she's there cooking versus when other people are just doing it. You can tell Miss Tootsie's the same thing because even Miss Tootsie's was a staple.
Tootsie's was
It was a staple.
Had a run,
Everybody,
boy.
you knew where everybody was
It
at.
had
They
a
took
run.
that infamous picture.
Child.
You know
That
where
Janet
they
Jackson pictures, girl.
You fucking know the vibes. But yeah, I feel like Saul is actually, regardless of how people feel about her and the things that she does, or whatever the case may be, I feel like a lot of people need to just basically take the meat and spit out the bones when it comes to her, if that's how you feel. Because you could hate her personally or whatever, but you can't hate the shit that she does for the community that she came from. Like, she literally gives back to the community in several different ways, and there's literally no way you could fucking hate a person for giving back to the place that they came from.
And she stay in
if
the
you
hood.
do, that's literally fucking insane. You're out of your fucking mind. Like,
She stay in the hood. You will not catch her doing no giveaway in Jenkintown, Wood
I'm crying.
Grove,
But yeah, because they don't need
Abington.
it. So it's like, yeah, shout out to Auntie Soul, because she gonna give the people what they need where they need it the most. Like, she good for doing a giveaway in North Philly. She good for setting up shit like, hey, listen, I got all this shit. I don't need it. I don't want it. Come get it. We down Lehigh. We down Allegheny. We down wherever. Like, she's good for doing that shit.
I will say that I think a lot of things, I really feel like a lot of her backlash comes from people not really knowing how to digest her because when she did that business thing, that when everybody was submitting their business, I had did it, but when I went in, I gave her my business proposal and I gave her a box with all my stuff, and she told me to sit down, so I'm sitting down. So then she like started talking or whatever, but even the interaction that me and her had, it was a genuine interaction, but I also know that I'm able to palate a lot of things simply because of the mom that I grew up with. Not the mom now, but the mom I grew up with. And even me and you. So how I know how to receive things, how people talk, it's just whatever.
Yeah, because I would have never sat down.
Somebody... oh, no, me and her was sitting down because she had somebody else that she was talking to, but he was sitting down with us. So, like, she started giving this man... She told me to take down her number because she asked me, like, what my stuff to do. And she was like, oh, I need to talk to you about my face. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. So she was like, take down my number. But then she started doing something. So then another bull came over there and she was like, oh, such and such, take down my number. She started saying the number. So I pulled out my phone. Because I'm like, all right, well, let me take down your number. She's going to say, I told him, not you. I said, oh, well, you told me to see her and take it down. I'm waiting. She was like, oh. And then she started talking to me again and then started going through my stuff. And even when you look at her, like, videos, she sent all her stuff, but she literally had my stuff under her arm or whatever. But it was a simple fact of she actually gave me her actual time, which I do know that's very valuable. But I do also know that her personality is not palatable to everybody. So I do understand how people...
For sure that. And I feel like
you feel the way they feel about her.
It's a thing because sometimes, like, you know how that saying goes where it's like you kind of got to meet fire with fire sometimes. It was just like, for me, like, in a situation like that, it would have super been, soon as she would have started talking to somebody else, it was like, oh, no, hold on real quick, because you was telling me you was about to give me your number so we could talk about this, and I would have reiterated the product that does what X, Y, and Z. And yeah, sis, I'm going to holler at you. I'm going to go ahead and let you get back to what you're doing. And yeah, I would have straight followed up with Shorty like, yeah, hey, girl, what's up? Da-da-da-da. Like,
you trying to hit North with North. I'm not North.
Exactly.
That's the difference between me and you.
That's
But that's fine though. I'm not even mad at that.
That's very
you
true.
was going to fight North with North.
But shouty,
it was giving North with Uptown, and but also I don't know. I also had this thing where it's like I understand her age, so it's just like I was really just.
Now I understand her age, girl.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
girl.
That stay in the child's place got me in a chokehold.
So,
I'm a whole grown adult.
Crazy. Speaking of fucking children, or wait, Juju, was you about to answer the?
I was about to do that. Oh. Did you have a better segue than me? What was yours?
I mean, she said stay in a child's place, and I was just going to say, speaking of children, have you heard about?
I always be having a good ending.
Okay, you can have it. You can have it.
I mean, I thought I handled it
I
very
had
well.
the same drum, but I just was going to do a little extra spice on it because it was they
screaming.
babies.
Yeah. I'm crying.
I was about to say, don't look at me. You want to look at me.
Okay.
Like I did it. That's crazy.
Okay, great. And scene. Speaking of children, right? Have you heard about babies? Baby is a baby that gets to choose their own gender and age. So they as in he, she, they, them, and they be as like, are you a baby or are you a teen or are you an adult or
No,
whatever?
bitch, they're a they be.
Yeah, they be choosing whatever the fuck they want.
They be doing too fucking much because this is crazy. That's a child.
Yeah. I think people think
That
shit
child.
too far.
All right, so all right. If you
Play
choose,
it out. Yeah.
if you choose to let your child go to school, typically a child goes to school around the ages of 5, 6, depending on when their birthday is. They go
Really?
to school, yeah. They go to, if you're not in preschool or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm
Preschool,
gonna
not-
say like
kindergarten is like 5, 6.
Yeah,
But like, you think that's not like a lot of people don't do it no more?
I mean, preschool
imagine
is
kinda
definitely
like-
like
Yeah,
a
a lot.
prerequisite.
Yeah, a lot of.
so,
Yeah,
like,
it's,
Yes,
it's
and I'm saying a lot of
optional.
people are.
You should
But
do
she
that.
said it's like a prerequisite. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Gotcha.
So, imagine sending your child to kindergarten, and they're in a classroom, which is absolutely fine. You know, this is a new environment. Hey, everybody, go around, tell your name, such, 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 such. So you're going around the classroom and like, oh, she took my crayon. I am not she. I'm a baby.
I mean,
Huh?
realistically,
I get it.
these kids they ain't gonna feel no type of way because
I
look at the
get
times
it.
we in there.
I get it because everybody, you know, does what they want to do. But also, when I read it, I seen that
It was the dad.
the father is trans and was female born. So now this is the idea that they are implementing on their children, that they are implementing.
So
on
using their
children.
life, using.
I do feel like it has something to do with being within the community because they are self aware, but calling your baby a baby
Go ahead.
is
Yeah.
insane to me.
I feel like it's different when you. It's one thing when the child
understand.
not even understands. It's one thing when the child brings up something of how they're feeling versus you pushing your narrative.
Now
and
that is
pushing
forcing.
the way you feel
Yes.
because of and that's like a really big, which is a great transition to another topic that wasn't on the list, but I do think we should talk about that now. But I feel like it's one thing to go through something as a person and then kind of push your experience onto your child, regardless if it has anything to do with gender, sex, identity, or anything. Like, let's just, for conversational sake, say that you were bullied as a child and you push that onto your child by saying, you know, if anybody ever tells you anything about the way you dress, tell them that, you know, you dress like this because you want to, when in the actuality, that child was never thinking about shit like that because nobody never said that to them.
Right.
Now you're putting that idea into their mind because you introduced that to them when there was a whole world that never existed about that. So now they're like, well, damn. Now I'm looking out for that because my dad or my mom or my parent or whoever told me that this is something that I need to be thinking about.
I feel like I'm trying to figure out how to say this in the most palatable way ever. So I feel like when it comes to parents in that lifestyle, there is a very thin line between coercion and just letting people be free.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because I watched a video of a 3rd generation lesbian, and I'm saying that because that's exactly how it was described. Their daughter was a 3rd generation lesbian because the mother's mother was a lesbian. She is a lesbian with her wife, and now her daughter is a full-blown lesbian. So she congratulated and celebrated a 3rd generation lesbian because it's amazing. Like it's a fucking 3rd generation doctor or something. Wow, my mom had a 3rd generation straight daughter or a straight son. It's like that. I don't know. That shit just is weird to me because I feel like it's almost like you're hoping and praying that they'll be like this, and it's just like a, say you are in that community, say you give birth to a bunch of cisgender men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Now none of them are like you. Are you going to despise your children and hate your children simply because that's not the life that they chose, and you're trying to, well, this. it what went from being, and I don't fault anybody because your lifestyle is your lifestyle, and that's absolutely fine because you're entitled to everything that you feel. I feel like at a certain point though, with some people, you're no longer just living your truth. You're trying to embody everything that is your community and make it every part and aspect of your life. And I feel like children do not deserve that because they deserve to explore and be
Learn for themselves.
themselves.
So I will say that I will play devil's advocate here and say that because I don't know the specific situation you are referring to, that what if they were just congratulatory on the behalf of the child feeling comfortable enough to come out? What if it had nothing to do with they kind of put that narrative into the child's head, but that's something that the child ultimately wanted and she felt
She was a
comfortable
grown-up.
enough. But that's still their child.
Yeah,
is what
no,
I'm saying.
I'm only gonna say not because I felt like that was like a point of their page was just talking about the third generation, like that was like their niche in a sense.
Yeah, but I'm saying she only became the third generation lesbian when she came out as a lesbian. So I'm saying, what if
She was a lesbian since she was younger? I'm not gonna say a lesbian. She definitely was presenting.
Hear me out. This is what I'm saying. What if they were only congratulating her on the idea that you were comfortable enough to come and say this is how you felt, because maybe somebody in the second or first generation of lesbianism felt that they were shunned for liking who they liked. Not because you're on our team, but because you were comfortable enough and we allowed you the space to be yourself, not because we coerced you into being this way.
Understand that stance. From what I watched and what I seen, it was the story was the mom was always like that since she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
The grandma clearly, I don't really know the story too much about the grandma, but the grandma clearly was out, and they are all butches too. So it's not just like that. It was just like
I'm surprised you said the B word.
I know.
Or I thought she was gonna say the other B word.
No. So daggers. No, but it was the grandma, and it was like she literally dresses and looks masculine.
Mm-hmm.
It was the mom who dresses and looks masculine, and then it was a daughter who now dresses and looks masculine. Mm-hmm. So at some point, is it I'm congratulating you on being this, or is it I'm happy because you kind of fell in line with what already you were seeing and doing? Because everything that we did and everything that we do revolves around this identity, because this is always who we've been. And who's to say that, not saying that you can't obviously change, like if you feel something, you're going to feel it and you're going to do it. But it's like, did you ever have a chance? Like, did you get the chance to explore it? Because from the time you were younger, you were involved in the LGBTQIA plus community, period, because that's what your mom and your grandma were in. And it's like, you were around this, you were around majority lesbian couples, because that's your norm. Just like some kids, that's the norm. Like, that's why
I actually disagree with that, where I feel like sexuality is innate. It's not something that is taught. It is not something that is learned. It is something that you feel regardless of whatever is around you. Because if that was the case, nobody would be gay, because most people do have heterosexual parents. Obviously, that's how you make a child. You don't make a child with two women. You don't make a child with two men. So if that was the case, there is no learned behavior of being homosexual. So when people put that narrative out of, oh, I don't want my child seeing this because they're going to turn gay, that's fucking stupid. Let's call a fucking spade a spade. That's fucking dumb. If you see crack, does it make you want to fucking try crack? No, because you're not a fucking crackhead, right? Right. If you see lesbianism, if you see homosexual men, it doesn't make you as a man want to be gay. It doesn't make you as a woman want to be gay, because innately you like men. Innately men like women. Those men, those women. If that is something that you are already questioning, if that is something that you already feel, yes, it'll make you feel more comfortable, because, wow, I'm not alone in this. I'm not the only person who feels that way. Absolutely. It may make people feel more comfortable with being themselves, but will it ultimately change a person as to who they actually are at their core? No, you cannot change a straight person to make them gay because their parent were lesbians, or gay men, or their friends are lesbians, or their teacher, or whoever. Like, that's something that is within them already. And people just don't want to hear that shit. People don't want to see the fact that, oh, my child actually thought this way before they seen this shit on fucking TV, before they read this shit in the book, before they, whatever, their friends or whoever. Like,
yeah, I'm about to say, I
that
agree.
shit is
I
how
just thought that shit was weird.
like, no, nobody's fucking taught how to be fucking gay. Stop
Yeah,
it.
no, I know. I definitely agree with you.
No, not you. I'm not telling you to stop
No,
it, but I'm saying
well,
that's how
obviously.
because that's how most people feel. Yeah, obviously. But that's how most people feel. They're like, oh, I'm not. So there's a book that's circulating. It's called The Gay BCs, right? It's like ABCs for the LGBT. Whatever. Okay. So, and as a person who is a part, obviously, of the LGBT community,
I think that book is insane. I'm sorry.
but this is my thing. Do I feel like there is a level of education that needs to be taught about that? Absolutely not, because and only because sexuality is not a subject in school. So if you're not teaching about heterosexual relationships, you also don't need to be teaching about homosexual relationships. That's just two sides of the coin when it comes to education. Nobody is restricting that. And again, this is coming from an LGBTQIA plus friendly and inclusive person. I don't feel like that is something that needs to be taught to the general public of pre-K to 12th grade, because in school there is no sexuality. The only thing, the closest thing you get is health. And even
Sex
in
ed.
health, there is no actual man and woman. You're actually talking about what happens in
Reproductive
sex. You're
system,
talking about
yeah.
reproduction. You're talking about sexual sexually transmitted diseases. You're talking about the possibilities that can happen when it comes to sex. But these are not gender specific, because these are also sexually transmitted diseases that you can acquire from the same sex or the opposite sex. So when it comes down to education, I feel like that's not necessary. I feel like that actually falls on the parents. If you choose to introduce that to your child at that particular point that you would like to do that, absolutely go ahead. Does that need to be instilled in the values in school? Absolutely not. Y'all not even teaching these kids how to tell a fucking clock or fucking write in cursive anymore. But y'all want to talk about the gay BCs. Now, is that book circulating in the schools? No. Do I feel like the author of that book needs to be scrutinized for putting it out there too? No, because again,
There's
that
an
book is not in schools either. But I feel like that book is very great for people who want to teach that to their children at a younger age. Do I feel like people should be upset that the information is out there? Absolutely not, because y'all upset about people learning about gay women and gay men, but y'all let y'all kids sit on y'all lap while y'all watching people bleed out on TV and get shot and do drugs and do. You pick and choose the shit that you want to be mad at. I ain't with all that shit. If you want to be mad at something, be mad at every fucking thing that's not tolerable for a fucking child. Don't be mad that somebody's gay, but you let these straight people have sex, or you let this one man shoot up, or you let this one, you know what I'm saying?
That is crazy,
Like,
because I remember
be
as
mad
a
about
kid,
all that shit though.
I remember as a kid, like, we'll be watching something, like, if it's a movie, because, you know, you watching a DVD or a VHS or something, you don't really know what's coming
But
up.
the sex scene come up.
Yo, my mom and dad was quick
Close your
cover your eyes.
It's like, little do you know, I'm already watching HBO After Dark.
They used to make sure my eyes was closed.
After
child.
Dark.
Only thing I'll say on this is I don't believe a parent's gender preference taints a child. I think bad parents have influence and hurt children and give children trauma. So I believe that trauma can lead to affecting the child's sexual preference. So I just think we should be targeting bad parenting, not any issue with Pacific. I mean, I just had to be braced if anything was to fall. But yeah. Oh, okay, my dear. Okay. So parenting is, I think, the thing here that needs to be discussed, not so much of the gender side, not so much of how much we allow our kids to consume some things. I think it's just parenting. Talk to your kid, conversate with your kid, and you will completely understand your child.
Well, yeah.
Give your kid a safe space to be and be themselves. You will understand your child. That's it for me. Point blank. Period.
That really is the icing on the cake. Converse with your child. That's simple. Just literally as simple as that. When you talk to your kid, you will learn a lot, and it comes with having an open mind too. A lot of these parents don't be having open minds when they go into having conversations with their kids. They just going with just talking to my kids.
So,
yay!
yeah. fun facts. What is your fun fact of the week, Bree?
Whales. You see what I did there? I was Dory. I was Dory. You know she talk whale?
Yo.
Whales sleep sitting upward. So they swim this.
How they sit up? They be
So,
sitting.
okay, so this is what they do. So they be cruising. Like, they literally just be gliding through the sea. They don't have no fucking life. They really just be gliding through the sea. When they ready to sleep, it's like I think they go up, they let air out, and they just like literally right above the surface, they plant like this, and they sleep. So it'll look
That
like
is a
you in a
fun fact.
whale graveyard if you actually came across a bunch of whales just sleep.
That is a very
And they're just there. They look dead, but they're not dead because they're floating. They would sink if they're dead, or they would float because the oxygen. Yeah. So yeah, they there.
That's a very fun. That fact is fun.
Thank
I
you.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Crying. My fun fact is: did you know that some cats are actually allergic to humans? You know how humans be allergic to cats? Some cats are actually allergic to humans. It's very rare.
Is it Sphinx?
I'm crying.
Is it a sphinx?
I feel like they don't like people.
I get that energy from them though. Yeah. But yeah,
That's
no.
my kind of cat.
That's your kind of cat. A cat that's allergic to a human is your
No,
kind of cat?
it's sphinx.
Oh, I'm like, how does that even make sense? But yeah, it's crazy. Some cats, they are typically just allergic to everything that humans bring, and it's insane. And it's just like, wow, you weren't supposed to be domestic at all.
I don't got that cat.
But, again, most cats actually have lion in them, so most cats aren't supposed to be domesticated any fucking way. So there's that. Ow!
All right. My fun fact of the day would be, everybody says how Rome wasn't built in a day. It was actually built in 1,229 days.
Well, that's not a fun fact because
1,229 years, I'm sorry.
But we know that from
Wait,
the sense of-
1,229 years?
1,229 years, yeah.
That was a fun fact to me because I didn't know that.
You knew that?
No,
Rome was built?
no. I'm saying when you said like
Yeah, my fun fact is telling you it was actually when Rome was built.
no,
yeah,
but
how
I'm
many
saying the
years?
way you set it up was like, well, did you know that Rome? I would have thought your fun fact would have been actually it was built in 23 hours because you said Rome wasn't built in a day. Like we know Rome wasn't built
I'm
in a
cracking
day.
up. We're just going to take it how we got it because I got what you're saying, and I actually found that very interesting
I took
because
it. Most people say Rome wasn't built in a day.
when
but
they
it was
say it, I
actually-
figured
So
it was
I
probably
would
a
have
couple
thought that
months.
actually would have been it was built in a day. It was built in 23 hours
No.
or 22 hours.
No, it's
Like,
not. No, I mean, so
That
you're
makes
saying
the
because
saying so much better then because 12,000, wait, what's the days?
1,229
1,229 years.
years.
That makes, that makes the saying so much better for me. Rome wasn't built in a day. No, it took so many years. It took Jesus 33 years to die. So, I mean, I just feel like, I was about to say good things take time, but that was, I mean, overall it was good.
1,229 years is an insane amount of time. Though.
Overall it was
Like,
good. He died for the transgression of his sin.
my
So,
boy.
33 years. I'm in my own little...
1,229 years. Like, what happened 1,229 years ago?
What, that's 1,229 years. How? What
That's
year was
insane.
that?
I mean, it's
80
2023
BC?
right now, so
What it was, 80 BC?
you said ADBC?
80.
Oh, 80. I'm about to say
It had to be BC, bless you.
Well, yeah.
It had to be
because-
BC because
AD
they took
is-
Jesus to Rome to Caesar
Well, obviously, yeah.
for sentencing, and Caesar was like, whip him.
Sorry,
Like, is you good?
allergies. Just
So Rome was definitely built then
Mm.
by AD.
All right, so I got a new thing that we're going to introduce, and it is called our unpopular opinion segment. Because let me tell you one thing for sure, two things for
I don't
certain.
know one.
Motherfuckers be having shit to say, but they really don't be saying it though. And I just want to let you know that I don't give a fuck, so I'm gonna say what I want. Period. There's dead.
I'm drunk.
So while the crew was trying to figure out what they
Yeah,
had said
I'm drunk.
before, I'm gonna go ahead with my initial unpopular opinion. And y'all, like, I feel like y'all not gonna care, but y'all, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel neither. My unpopular opinion is I really did not like Brandy in her era. Yeah, I don't give a fuck how nobody feels. I don't care. I said what I said. I feel like she gives off wanna be down ass energy, cause like the song, and that's just how I feel. Yeah, it was never that for me, and it's never going to be that for me. And I just like every time a song, it don't matter what song it is though. Every time Brandy come on, I just be like, oh, we could change it. And it's funny because I'm not the only one that feels that way. So when we was at birth with Ash and the Twins, I had a little playlist, and it was one song that came on that was Brandy. She was like, "You super could skip this song," and I was like, "That's crazy," because I was about to anyway. And it was insane because we had a moment, and I was just like, "You feel the same way."
Oh, I got a super unpopular opinion. This shit gonna get me trolled, rolled, and dudded to the fucking masses, man.
But I like Brandy as a person. I just don't care for her music.
Well, mine, I don't really care for her as a person or her music.
I feel like she gives Ray J. I feel like she gives Ray J's sister. And I can't stand Ray J. So that makes perfect sense. But go ahead.
Well, since we're on the topic of artistry, unpopular opinion, and we're going to just charge this to the fact that I am a Sag. I do not like Nicki Minaj. I don't care for her energy. I don't care for her spirit. I really feel like she is a very she's the type of person that I just would not trust with no type of secret, or I just wouldn't want to be around her. And don't get me wrong, I'm literally just using this simply, I'm going to use this as an example of just zodiac signs. I've been in contact with multiple women who are in D Sagittarius who were within 5 to 10 days from me. And I never cared for those women because they always had characteristics that were just a little bit too much for me. And Nikki was one of them people that if I ever met her in person, I just would not like her.
So to expand on that topic, I think it's because people look at it from a one-track mind, which most humans do because they're fucking simple. And you think that the way you learn is the way you are, and innately it's like you can learn independently but still have a community of people. Like just because you learn this way does not mean that you're not transitioning to being with other people outside. You could have a group of friends, you can indulge yourself into, there are community activities that you can sign your child up for. Like for me personally, everybody knows my child's not a school child. Like we're at home with it. Is he socially awkward? Absolutely the fuck not. Why? Because he's around other fucking kids. He just learns independently. I teach him here, but does he interact with other children on a daily basis? Like not a daily basis, but most of the week? Absolutely. If it's not him coming to your house, your daughter, our other friend's house, she got a son. We're at the playgrounds, we're at the parks. We take nature walks like damn near every day when the weather permits. Like he's outside, he's seeing other people, he's interacting with other people. So for the fact that people think that just because you learn a certain way, that means you are socially just like out of touch, I think you should actually take a page from your own book and kind of, or maybe not your book. You should take a page from somebody else's book because obviously the book you reading is not it. That you have to look at things from another spectrum. You learn one way, but that has nothing to do with the environment that you or your parent decides to place yourselves in. So
no, I do get it because I think I would.
My son super plays well with others all the time. So like,
I'm only half and half because I used to think that way, but I also did want to be homeschooled, and it was a point where my mom wanted to homeschool us, and my aunt homeschooled my cousins, and I thought about homeschooling Brienne, but one, I need a fucking break, and then two, I did feel like she would get more. I'm such a bubbly person. Her dad is like social. I just wanted her to be away from me and have these social interactions with people. It's one thing to be with me and have it, but I want to know how you can operate by yourself with it. That's why and you need to go to fuck to school. Like the patience level for different parents, different strokes for different folks. My kid's super going to school, but that's fine because that works for me. I need space because I need to operate without my child because my child, I'm not going to say she's a crutch, but you become dependent on your child the same way your child becomes dependent on you because you're always with them. For sure. Go the fuck to school. I'll see you at 3:00. I'm going to cry. I didn't say I wasn't going to cry, and I didn't say I wasn't going to be emotional the first couple times. But I do feel like she's going to like it more than I don't like it because she likes it. Like, she likes learning. She loves reading. She loves being with other kids. So if she can spend the most of her day with kids, she's going to love me even more when she comes home. So it's a win-win.
I love that. And I would love to think like that, but I can't because I know that my day wouldn't be as productive when he's not here because of the simple fact that I'm always going to be thinking like, what the fuck is they doing with my child? And because like in today's times, there has been so many crazy shit that has been happening in daycares and schools and just like it not being enough staff and too many children. It's like I know my child. He needs attention. He needs to be watched. He needs like you can't take your eyes off him. He's fast as shit. You can't take your eyes off. You can't blink. I know how to navigate my child. So I feel like nobody is going to be able to do that the best way possible but me. If I send him to a place where their whole goal is to facilitate a classroom full of other children, I need the focus to be on my child.
So do you feel like that'll be your stance from like now up until like he graduates high school? Like
it'll be until
Till
he
it's his
decides to, if he decides that he wants to, I'm not against him going to school for his experience. I'm against school right now for his age and the way he is right now. Now, when he gets older and he says, you know what, mom, I think I want to go to school and I want to be with other kids. I'm not against that at all. But when it comes to right now, like even if he was in school now, he would be sitting there idle. He would be bored. I was that same kid in school. I'm not paying attention to what you're doing because I know this shit. The shit that they learning in fucking kindergarten, he fucking knows that shit at fucking 3. So I'm not sending my child to a place that's not conducive to the lifestyle that I want him to have. Like he can read, he can spell, he can write, he can draw. I'm not sending him no fucking kindergarten class that's gonna have him doing shit that we did last year and 2 fucking years ago. No, that's I'm basically giving him a fucking babysitter with thousands of other fucking people in the facility. That doesn't make sense to me. If I'm gonna give him a babysitter, I can hire somebody to come to my house and babysit him where I know he's safe and I feel comfortable and he's comfortable because he's in a space that he knows and an environment that he knows. I can just do that. But for him to like learn, like all the shit that they doing for 5 and 6 year olds right now, he knows that shit at 3. So what the fuck am I sending him to school for?
And also, they're not gonna cultivate who he is in this creek.
And when she was explaining to me about a pigeon, first of all, that pigeon was beautiful. I didn't know fucking pigeons come in different species like that.
Yeah.
But she was explaining how the male and the female had to be brought there because their population is actually dying. So in order to save it, it's fine. That was funny. In order to save the species.
It was her popping the F for me though.
In order for them to save the species, they brought it there. So that's why the zoo kind of don't bother me because even like the gorilla that was born into captivity, the mom can't go nowhere. So it's like you don't want to separate.
Yeah, no, that's different.
So
that
it's like
particular one situation is different.
Yeah, so it's like when I do be looking at like the stuff, a lot of the stuff are endangered. The zoo does not have elephants anymore because if anybody knows about elephants are actually going extinct. So they actually took the elephant that was at the zoo out of the zoo, and I think they actually took it to an elephant sanctuary somewhere else where it's like they can try to populate. So that's the one thing I can say that I do kind of appreciate is that the ones that actually need the help is like because even the Cape May Zoo, because people think when there's a dollar sign attached to something, it's like it's always going to be for profit. The Cape May Zoo, you don't even pay to get in there. But it also is a sanctuary for certain animals because these animals can't be left in the wild because some people care about these animals to the point where they don't want natural selection to take its course simply because they want to sustain the longevity of this animal. So when it came to the elephants, I understood why the zoo had the elephant, but now I understand why the zoo sent the elephant where it was because they're about to die out. They have giraffes now. The giraffe was only like 6 months. It's a big ass giraffe. They have rhinos. They have new animals I've never even seen before, and it was just like
That's a lot
wow!
of new shit that's happening now.
Yeah,
a lot of new species being.
The world is big as shit. First
of
all,
that up, I love that your daughter interests are growing with exposure to different things and what they come to. I mentioned the boardroom thing with my kid was just as another example of things you do that we seem as like mundane. Like for me as a kid, running errands with my grandparents was some of my favorite shit to do. Like getting up on a Saturday and being able to be up early and moving through the day and doing. So for me, going to a room to do a deal is like running an errand, and I can see that being fun for my kid while also cultivating his own interest. And I just think you can do both. You can do so much more with your kid with you than with your kid without you.
Yeah.
And they can learn more of this world, how it navigates, how to even like her interest in zoos. You can teach her how to also be a zookeeper, but also how the business of zoos, where this came from, why it's not like favorable for us, because we used to be exhibits. So it's a
That
situation.
fucking part.
It's a situation to where
Bertram Gardens and Sarah. Who?
I just want to be able to expand my kids' knowledge at any moment, at any
Oh, all
time.
right.
I want to be able to expand my kids' knowledge at any moment, any time, or anything to a full extent, not just to school. Because it's somebody that went to multiple different types of schools. Even when y'all spoke earlier about like learning about relationships in Catholic school, that's you kind of learn that through Adam and Eve and how they discuss that and how they go through relationships in the Bible and those certain courses you have to take.
Yeah, that's different when it comes to religion for sure.
So it's a thing where I don't want to have to my kids have to unlearn anything, and I see school as a major unlearned obstacle. Even when if we chose to go to school, it'd be so much pre-learning. He'll just be going to school to be in the environment that he wants to be in, not to gain any knowledge. And yeah. Get your cup.
And that's one that, so y'all already know the vibes. Listen, thank y'all for tuning into this episode as y'all do every week so faithfully. Y'all know what we do. Get your cup, fill it up.
You already know what's up.
If you have not subscribed to the Straight Shot No Chaser tier, you fucking late. If you have done it, you fucking great. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Big body with the dog tents on the window.